It's Friday, the 12th of January, 2018, and that could mean that it's time for one thing, and it's also 7 minutes past 1, and that means that it's time for one thing, and one thing only. It's time to check that people can hear me on the stream, because it's the first time using this account, and I'm just making sure, because I can't tell. Oh, they can. It's time for... We can hear you! So it's just a D. Alright, good start. And this is how we like to start these live streams, with a little bit of that kind of stuff. So hello, it can mean only thing. It's time for today's The Quiz and Biscuit Review with me. It's your host, Edward C. Lewis, back from Japan, back from lounging around in the sun, the place where, what do they call it? They call it like the sundown place. What do they call it? There's like, the sun goes down. The sun never goes down? No, the sun. The place, the land of the rise, the place of the rising sun. The place of the rising sun. Hello. How are you all doing? Good to see everybody. It's good to see Jess the D, Siberian, Commander Solmar, JSB 3213, Beaumont, Jack Little, Commander Solmar, Jess the D, Jack Din again, Sherry Rhinale. All of the best ones are here. Schwarzwolf is here, Jack Din is here, Jack Little is here. Commander Azrin, it's so good to have all you people back. It's been a long time. The years have changed, the calendar has moved on, and we've all grown older. We all had a lovely, relaxing Christmas break, I trust. What was your best present that you got? Let me know in the chat. My best present that I got was... I'll think on that one. I got lots of lovely presents, of course. No, I'm joking. I got lots of lovely gifts from lots of lovely people. But the best present is being back here with you guys. Back here in the chat with you at the pub. As you can see, the pub, we've just reopened it up for the first time since the Christmas break. Apparently lots of people get lots of business over Christmas, but I don't care about that. I care more about my mental stability and health. So that's why I had a lovely time cruising through Japan on my magical flying carpet of dreams. Around Japan, I went to Tokyo, I went to Kyoto, I went to Nara, I went to Osaka and Kobe in a little town called Fukuchiyama. It was the best thing that I've ever had. The best thing I've ever had. The best trip I've ever done. And and as Happy Sack points out, it's only 50 weeks till Christmas. Let's get this Christmas song started. That's right, let's kick things off with a Christmas song. But of course, welcome. Thank you for joining me again, all the best ones. And this is the live stream where I like to just be a little bit silly, have a nice time. We do a quiz with my dad WNL. He's going to be here in just a moment. I hear that he's just he's getting the cogs going. He's turning the wheel to sort of wind up the cogs to begin the day. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh gosh, DJ Truthsayer has just subscribed for 2 months in a row. And also, of course, he's hyped and very excited for Beyond, which we announced today, of course, with Beta Update. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to do some quizzes and eat some biscuits. But we will get around to that. We will talk about it at some point, I am sure. He's changing the elastic band on his laptop that keeps it strapped together. Excellent stuff. I didn't get to Nagasaki, I didn't get to Hiroshima. We could do some more streams here on this live stream where I do talk in more depth about my trips to Japan. I think that will be a lot of fun. If you are interested in them, head over to my Instagram account. There's lots of stuff. I think it's Edward C. Lewis. Loads of pictures on there and haikus that I did as I went through. Also, actually, with my podcast, I've restarted my podcast with James Turner called Crossing the Streams. Just search for that on YouTube and you'll be able to find all of them on there. And we did a couple episodes where I was in Japan. So if you haven't already seen that I have a podcast with James Turner, Flabaliki on YouTube, go and check those out. They're really good. Crossing the Streams. And I enjoyed doing those haikus. And we'll ask my dad about those haikus in just a second, because I know that he read some of them, and I'd be interested to hear what he thought of them. I had the best time when I was with DJ Truthsayer. Thank you for being here, proving that all the best ones have come. DJ Truthsayer's turned up. Without further delay, I think it's time that we should start the real crux of what makes Edward C. Lewis Twitch stream special. And that is, of course, fiddling around with this machine over here, this old TV over that way, and trying to point in the right direction. It's sort of there, isn't it? There it is. And so what we need to do is, well, first of all, I've got my PlayStation controller, which controls the TV. We'll just turn up the sound on the TV. Hello, are you receiving us?
Hello, hello. Yes, perfectly fine. Yes.
Okay, and then we've got that, and then what I need to do is I need to then use the hold R2, and then do the cheat, the square, square, X, triangle, circle, circle, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, L1, R1, R1. I got it wrong. R1, R1, L1, R1, left, down, right, up. And that should trigger the... It has indeed! We have unlocked the visuals cheat. Here he is. Oh, he's louder than me. How dare he be louder than me? I can turn myself up a little and turn you down. I have all the controls. I have all the power. Finally in life. How are you doing, WNL?
Not bad, not bad. Well, okay, I lie. I have one of these horrible colds that's being passed around.
Well, you do sound utterly disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Someone coughed and I forgot to breathe the other direction. I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't do that. You should basically stay away from other human beings at all costs. You know that already.
Well, this is it. Yes, it's nice here in my little study. Yes.
Very, very nice. Did you have a lovely Christmas?
Had an excellent Christmas. Looking forward to perhaps an additional one in February with you and your sister. Yep. We'll do that. But in the meantime, yes, Father Christmas was quite generous.
Yeah, that's nice. Did you get any special... What was your favourite gift that you received over Christmas? You haven't received my gift yet, so you don't know what your favourite is, because we're having a separate Christmas in February, which is going to be... which is a bit delayed. So it's not that... It's only 2 months till Christmas for us, which is... It's exciting.
Yeah. No, yeah. I it's difficult to gauge, you're right. One thing is that, well, Helen and I are giving each other a kitchen, and it's coming together. It's almost done, so yeah, that's the big present, yeah.
For a little bit of context... Our kitchen in that house, the house I grew up in, well, largely from the age of 8 onwards till about 18, 19, but then also on and off. If you want my life story, I can tell you on and off throughout university and things like that, and after university for a little while, because of course millennials are doomed. And it's all our fault, of course, as you know, as everybody well knows. It's all us lazy millennials that have caused all our own troubles, and we should get off our asses and do some work. But anyway, without going into too much detail on that, it has been falling apart for years.
It's a 1923 house, and it's what they call a galley kitchen, which means you can reach this way and touch the wall, reach that way and touch the wall. It's no larger than a closet. Yes.
Well, and it's been falling apart, and it's been, you open up, you pull that drawer, that one specific drawer, where I've been so annoyed by it for so long, when you open up the drawer, and that every single time the front of the drawer falls off, and you have to go, oh, no, it's normal. And we have a specific knife that you can use to tighten up the screw on it. So that's gone, is it?
That's gone. Well, actually,
oh my gosh.
It's still there. It's being used. It will become the utility room. In the meantime, I shoved a little bit of super glue on it. So yeah.
So you fixed it. You have done a temp fix on it. That's very good. Everyone does a house where it doesn't draw. It's true, but the knife thing was so like, oh, it's a very specific knife that you use as well, that you leave on the side. And also, oh no, but it's really, I'm really pleased to hear that there's a whole new kitchen, because you have deserved one, because you're a good cook as well. You are good in the kitchen.
I enjoy cooking, yes, and it's going to have an oven. It's going to have 2 ovens and about eight burners on the top, and it's going to be I can't wait.
Very good. I'm looking forward to experiencing some of the classic WNL cooking. Okay, so good. I'm glad. Oh, did you like my haikus? Very
much so.
Did you enjoy them?
A true haiku has just 17 syllables and only 3 lines.
575. Jack Little asked if you sorted out a troublesome door. Did you have a troublesome door?
Troublesome door? Troublesome door. Did I have a troublesome door? I have lots of troublesome doors.
Troublesome door is the name of my biography that I'm going to write. Troublesome door.
Troublesome door.
2 ovens. That's exception. It's excessive. I think
Well, a
Pelicat
double oven.
259 is.
Double oven, so I can do one thing here and one thing there, and
Oh,
yeah.
also, the oven that you currently have, you need 2 ovens to make up for the fact that that oven has been so useless for so many years.
Well, it just only after it caught on fire on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
And then you kept it. You kept it for years after it caught on fire.
You know an oven. You know its temperatures. You know its timings. It's difficult to part with them.
As Jack Din points out, 17 syllables, 3 lines, and 1 image. That's how my.
That's right. And nothing about nuclear holocaust or blowing people up. It has to be something gentle, an evocative image. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what it was. I was trying to get at evocative, gentle things when I was doing it, and it's supposed to be how you feel when you in a moment, isn't it? It's supposed to capture the spirit and the feel of a moment. So I was trying to do that through the haikus, and I think sometimes I managed to do it, and then other times it was just like lazy day today. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, it takes years for an oven to reveal its mysteries. Absolutely. Okay, everybody, are you at home ready for a quiz? Wait for the response. Wait for the response. There's like a good 30-second delay. Stay in silence. There you go. Yes, they are ready. They appear to be ready. So WNL, why don't you tell people who are turning up here for the very first time, if they've never been here before for a quiz, what are the rules?
Okay, the quiz. Well, actually, I mean, the chatters, they dictate what the quiz is going to be about. And 4 or 5 weeks ago, we decided this time it was going to be a general round. So it's general mishmash. Okay,
General
a little bit of everything.
mishmash.
And I'll
Who's
ask
he?
10 questions. Yes, 10 questions. And basically, Edward will, of course, turn the chat stream off. He won't be able to see it. And I'll be able to see it from here. I'll ask the question, and we'll take the first 3 answers from the chat stream. And if we have consensus, that's your answer. If we don't have consensus, I will have taken just the first answer. Okay? No Googling, messing about, going to your extensive libraries of reference books and things like this. Just get it down on there. Make your guess. As soon as you guess, then I'll turn it over to Edward, and we'll see who has, the better go at the general knowledge.
Excellent stuff. And when you say reference libraries, you're allowed to use the reference library of your mind. It's the only reference library you're allowed to use. And if you don't, we'll know. We can just tell we have a radar, built-in radar. And no guesses in the first 3, says Jack Little. No guesses in the first 3. He's very specific about that. So what is today's quiz all about?
Okay, well, the dictionary defines mishmash as a confused mixture or collection. It comes from the Middle English and the Yiddish, about 15th century, and that's what it is. I've just got some multiple guess, a little bit of this and that, some true or false. Hopefully some of them you guys will get wrong. Okay?
I agree.
Are we ready?
Hopefully all of you will get all of them wrong. We're ready. Goodbye, chatters. I'm going to close down the thing again. But thank you for coming back. We have about 45 people here roughly, which is a light 43. I've got mine, which is a light start to the year. But I like that. It's nice and relaxed. We do have the Biscuit review coming up in half an hour's time, ish. But we'll be taking it easy this year. We're easing things in, but I'm going to make sure these are as regular as possible on Fridays. And I am going to try to squeeze in some more live streams on this channel throughout this year. I do want to have more of these kinds of things. It appears that WNL and Ed share a nose.
Oh, no, give it back.
Very
It's mine.
interesting.
This week it's mine. Thank you, yes.
Somebody says they're transfixed by the Lewis nose. This is so weird. All right. I'm going to close down that now. Goodbye. Good luck, chatters. Good luck. They've gone.
Okay, they've gone. Here we go then. It's question number 1. Quite simply, if A is alpha and B is Bravo, what is D? We're talking about the NATO phonetic alphabet. If A is alpha and B is Bravo, what is D?
Again, you're talking to a bunch of Elite Dangerous players here, right? Mostly, who will probably hear that on a regular basis.
I have their answer, and it was fairly regular.
It's
Nicely
Delta.
consistent. And it is Delta. Yes, you're both correct. One apiece. Okay.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, Indigo, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mama. No? Wait.
Another person's name.
Mike.
Thank you.
November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-Ray, Yankee, Zulu. Apart from Mama, it's very
Yeah, that was
annoying.
that. Yeah, there are 6 people's names. You have Charlie, Juliet, Mike, Oscar, Romeo, and Victor. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was Mama.
I don't know. You know, a yearning for the womb, something like that. I don't know.
Very Freudian. All right, let's move on.
Okay, question number 2. It's one apiece. Number 2. I'd like to know, this is a bit of a multiple guess. I'll give you the right answer, as well as a couple of wrong ones. You put it down, okay? Who starred as Professor Ryan Farrow, a space expert friend of Greendale's resident inventor Ted Glenn, in an episode of Postman Pat? Was it
God.
Brian Cox, Stephen Hawking, or Tim Peake?
Oh,
Who stars
it's really
Professor
good.
Ryan Farrow, a space expert friend of Greendale's resident inventor Ted Glenn, in an episode of Postman Pat? Was it Brian Cox, Stephen Hawking, or Tim Peake?
Space loving. I reckon that they got. I reckon. It feels like a
Not
Brian
yet,
Cox.
I haven't quite got them, so hang
Okay.
on to yours, okay?
Yeah. There is a delay, so we should be okay.
Some people they're being reluctant to guess this time. They're taking
There's
him.
fewer of them. When we did the live stream, there was 3,000 people watching. 3,000 people watching the 24-hour live stream, watching us do a quiz. And the and the sound crash. Oh gosh, when the sound crashed during your bit, it was heartbreaking. I'm sorry about that. I was scrambling around going, 1 second, sorry, trying to get things back up and running. And we were raided by Yogscast, which is one of the biggest YouTube channels in the world, and they and they raided us at that time.
I'm sorry, you'll have to tell me more about that. I wasn't actually on there. I did see that Father Christmas was with you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll tell you all about it some other time because, of course, Father Christmas is here, not you. All right, do you have an answer yet?
I have an answer.
I'm going to go for, it seems like the kind of thing that Brian Cox would do.
And it was the thing that Professor Brian Cox did, yes.
The prof.
And they got it correct as well, after
Well
some
done,
reluctance. After some reluctance. Okay, 2
Laziness.
apiece.
Yeah, go on.
Laziness.
Not laziness. I'm sorry. I'm just...
Lethargy. I don't know, yes.
Yeah. Indifference. Just don't care.
Question
yeah.
number 3. Number 3. Neck and neck is 2 apiece. Number 3 is simple 50-50. It's true or false. Okay, I'll read out a statement. And if you agree with it, put down the word true in its entirety. If you disagree, the word false in its entirety. Here's your statement. No piece of square, dry paper can be folded in half more than 7 times. True or false? No piece of square, dry paper can be folded in half more than 7 times.
No cheating, no doing it. Quickly, quick fire.
False.
I know the answer to this
Their
one.
answer.
It's true.
It is true. It is true. Try it. However, you're now 1 ahead because they said false.
Ah, yeah, boy. It's because the paper gets too embarrassed. That's what happens. I don't know what that means. That means it's a very strange thing to say.
I didn't quite believe it myself, but you're right. I tried it about 7 times, at least. 7 for 7 goes, and even using a ruler to really crease it out and all sorts.
Yeah,
Couldn't.
it doesn't work. No matter what size of the paper as well, which is very peculiar.
I know. Oh, and now there's something. I did use conventional squares. Okay, question number 4. Question number 4. Simple multiple guess. So listen carefully to your choices. Pup, kitten, or cub. What do we call the young of a squirrel?
Ooh.
A pup, a kitten, or a cub? What do we call the young of a squirrel?
Well, this really is a multiple choice guess one for me. I don't know the answer to this, so I'm hoping you guys at home know.
I have theirs. I have their answer now.
I'm gonna go for a kitten.
You're gonna go for a kitten, a little kitten.
It's a kitten. Because what I really thought what I wanted to do is to bring the scores back to equal.
Well, kitten is absolutely correct.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, they got it as well, though. So, yeah. You're still ahead, 4-3. Okay.
Hold on. I'm still ahead.
Still ahead.
I'm going for 100% here. 100%.
Halfway through. Okay, we're halfway through. Question number 5. I'd like to know which English county has the longest stretch of coastline? Which English county has the longest stretch of coastline?
You're not going to tell us.
This is just a have a guess. And the vast majority do have coastlines.
Yep.
I have their answer.
Try Norfolk.
You're going to go with Norfolk. They started off with Essex, but they then went hammer and tongs for Cornwall, and Cornwall is correct.
Cornwall was going to be my second choice.
Yeah. So.
It really was.
Back to 4 apiece, okay?
Norfolk has the divot at the top and it goes all the way around the side. So a large amount of coastline. But I can see Cornwall is literally embedded in it. It's mostly coastline Cornwall, isn't it?
Yeah. It's sort of like the kitchen, touch that wall, that coast.
That coast.
Cornwall, okay. Question number 6. Here we go, question number 6. I'd like you to name, please, the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtle whose name began with the letter L. Name, please, the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtle whose name began...
This is a really strange round, but I like it. There's no theming in this round, but it's a nice way to start off. January
totally off the wall.
2018, hopefully there'll be no theming in 2018 other than positivity.
Positivity.
We've already started with that. With
I have
Trump
their answer.
using the saying asshole about countries, which I think is really good. All right.
And then your accent, that could be even misinterpreted the way you... Yeah, anyway, carry on. Yes.
So there's Donatello, there's Michelangelo, there's... Oh, no, wait. I thought I knew all of them, and now I'm going to look the fool. Leonardo, which is the answer to the question.
Yes.
And...
what is the other? Also a famous painter.
Of course, Matisse.
buried in the Pantheon in Rome, which they've now started charging for to go in, yes.
Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and... What does it begin with?
R.
What?
R.
Why can't I remember it? Go on.
It is Raphael.
Raphael, of course. I was just having a brain moment. Well done, everybody.
Okay.
I'm sure you all got all 4 of them.
You both got it right. So it's 5 apiece now. After 6 questions, it's poised. It's close. It's neck and neck. On to question number 7. Multiple guess. Okay. I'd like to know which was the first country to give women the vote back in 1893. Was it Switzerland, New Zealand, or Finland?
No.
The first country to give women the vote back in 1893. Was it Switzerland, New Zealand, or Finland?
Okay.
Not yet, not quite. Oh, hey, they were split. 3 separate answers, all different, so I'll have to go with the first one. What's yours?
Finland.
You're going with Finland.
Feels like a Finnish thing to do.
They went with New Zealand because that was the first answer. Well done, Commander Benkai, because he was correct.
Oh, no, they've got ahead of me.
You're now behind.
All right.
Okay, right.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, they were pretty much split on that. Well, straightforward. 3 different answers, so no consensus. But got there because it was the first answer. Question number 8 is simple 50-50. It's true or false. Again, I will read out the entire statement. You put down the entire word true or false, depending on, well, your belief. Question number 8. The statement. There are more chickens than humans in England. There are more chickens than humans in England. True or false? I have their answer.
True.
You're saying true. You know, we've got something like 60-odd million people in England.
Yeah, no, but you're setting me up for a win here, so yes, true.
You're correct. Yes.
Like 90 million or something ridiculous?
As are they. Yeah. They're an awful lot of chickens. And they're not all dead. Yet.
Oh.
Well, let's be honest. You
know, well, no, it's farming. It's a disgusting industrial farming method. Yeah.
We have to be honest and say yes, that we have all those, and we have a fantastic number of cows because we are omnivores. We are omnivores. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Question number 9. You're still one behind. It's 6 points to you. 7 points.
We like eggs.
Okay. Penultimate question. I'd like to know, why did English pubs dominate the news on August the 22nd, 1988? Why did English pubs dominate the news on August the 22nd, 1988?
That's a good question. Very good question. I was only born in 1987.
I have their answer.
Is this something to do with opening times? The world news, though, did you say?
No, I just said, why do they dominate the news? Yes.
They were opening up for longer, opening hours for longer.
You're absolutely correct. That's when all-day opening began. Yes.
All-day opening.
Before that, you had a specific number of a couple of hours in the afternoon, sort of lunchtime. They would close down and not open up until the evening by law. Oh. So that was the first all-day opening in England. Yes.
Who was in charge of that decision? I'm not sure it was a good one.
Well, they trialed it. They trialed it in Scotland first. They thought instead of having people. Instead of having people cram, 6 pints into last orders, and then coming back and then rolling out into the streets drunk in the afternoon and then doing the same in the evening, that they would spread it out.
Let them be drunk all day, every day instead.
That's right.
Fair enough. As long as they can make some money from the tax, then.
Exactly. The scores, by the way, are now even again. They thought it was football.
Ah!
7 apiece going into our final round. Final question. Either one of you could win, or it could end up in an honorable draw.
Okay.
It's a multiple guess again. Okay, I'll give you all 3 answers. One of them is correct. Listen very carefully. Students applying to one of China's most prestigious universities, known as the Harvard of the East, have been told that they must learn to do what to graduate? Is it learn to swim, be fluent in 2 other languages, or sing in the choir? Students applying to one of China's most prestigious universities, known as the Harvard of the East, have been told they must learn to do what to graduate? Is it learn to swim, be fluent in 2 other languages, or sing in the choir?
This is a good quiz. Well done. Very good. Good form. Good return to form. My guess.
Hang on, not yet. I've got theirs now. Okay,
I'm gonna keep things serious. I'm gonna go for B.
You're gonna go.
But it's boring, isn't it? And I hope it's C.
It's actually A. Learn to swim.
What?
They have to swim. Yes, they have to learn to swim. Tsinghua University. They have to learn how to swim, otherwise they don't graduate.
Why? Any justification?
I don't know. Perhaps they're being employed to construct the new artificial islands off Japan. I don't know. All I can say is you lost.
Oh, no.
The chat stream came through in the end and have a wonderful victory, 8 points to 7.
That was a pretty good quiz, though. We both did very well, I would say.
That was pretty good,
in my jet lag-addled brain, I've somehow managed to pull out 7 out of 10 correct answers. And I got some that they didn't, or I got one that they didn't. So 2 that they didn't.
That's it. It was good. A good. Do you know that this week, it's been quite a earth-shattering bit of information came through to me. For the first time in 117 years, Iron Brew is changing
its recipe. They're taking some of the sugar out, right?
Well, 50%. So 50% is going. How many teaspoons of sugar will still remain in a 330 can? 330
Do you know this?
Liter can.
Do you know the answer?
Yes.
Bonus question.
This would have been the had it been a tie.
I still reckon there's like 10 in there.
Jack Little, spot on. 4. There are 4 in there. There used to be 8.5. Used to be 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Spoonfuls of sugar. Oh gosh.
Each can of made in Scotland from Gurders. Yes.
Gurders. Roll your R's. Okay, well, thank you for that. That was wonderful, and a wonderful little bit of information at the end there as well. So, congratulations, chatters. I'm bringing you back up here. Hello, and thank you for being lovely. You're lovely people, and thank you for joining in the quiz. It's been great to have you here. So, before we go to the little mini break, where we go for 2 minutes, and I go and get a fresh cup of tea, bring in my guest for the day to help me review today's biscuit, and today's biscuit review, of course, at about 1:15. Well, we've got a few things. Well, first of all, we like to say a huge thank you to WNL for coming on to do the quiz with us today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Always really good to. It will be Will. It's no spoilers there. It is going to be Will with a guest today. And yes, there are biscuit reviews of the buttons. We're doing a biscuit review in a 1:15. I have a spreadsheet and everything. I've got biscuit cam. I've got everything. A soundtrack. We're gonna have a good time. But yeah, look at all the lovely people saying thanks, Ed's Papa. Thanks indeed. Bye, Mr. Ed's dad. All lovely stuff. WNL, thank you as always. You're absolutely amazing. We need to pick next week's quiz question before you leave, though. Other biscuit reviews are not available. How dare you say that, Jack Din? How dare you? The wonderful thing about doing these biscuit reviews is if there's ever any biscuit like in the news or anything, people tweet at me and go, Ed, what do you think of this? I was just like, no. Darwell's MA, no Japanese biscuits this week. I'll be doing Japanese biscuits next week. We have a very specific biscuit this week from, Will, who is our new community manager here at work, brought me some biscuits when he started. So it's like, you can stay, sir. So I thought we'd bring him on to do the biscuit review for all these quiz. These biscuits are from Bulgaria. Yes. So put your suggestions into the chat about what you think next week's quiz should be about. What should be the theme? Scams. Japan. That might be a good one. Japan is an interesting one. Yeah, just Japan.
Japan and things Japanese, yes.
Okay. Look, a couple of people suggested Japan. British sci-fi, Royal Family, Red Dwarf, but I do want to see some more coming in, so we've got some good ideas for the future. Architecture, answers beginning with the letter E. That's always a good fun one, the letter E round. We've done a few of those. Stream. Japan in Japanese. That'd be really difficult. Competing origin stories of Eggs Benedict. Ed's childhood. Jack Din still wants the Ed's childhood round. You said we were going to do one of those eventually as a sort of like a sort of second joke round. We talked about this, didn't we?
We will have that. Yeah, we'll do one of them eventually. Yes.
Yeah. What is the Beyond update? Very good. Nope. Oh no. Answers beginning with the letter 7. Answers beginning with the letter 7. That doesn't make sense. Star Trek. A concise history of sand. Very good. All right. It looks like ancient Japan and Japan generally is the good. No, Locked for asking every week now. Sorry guys. Jack Din, it's okay. As long as when it does happen, you're very happy and you are here answering questions. Trousers and trouser-related issues. Jay Cooper wants a quiz all about trouser-related issues, which is a good suggestion. I actually really like trousers. What are you thinking, though? Are you thinking Japan for next week?
This is, I think, one of the best sort of sessions at actually coming up with some interesting ideas here that we had in a long time. We'll go with Japan and things Japanese for next week. But there's a couple other good ones here, yeah.
Okay. How to free up space on Windows 10 HD to apply yet another update. Very, very good. Jack Little says, around on trousers has got legs. Trousers. Japanese trousers. Why not combine the two? All right. Before we go, of course, before we say goodbye to WNL, before we get on with today's Bisquiz, why don't say Bisquiz? Sorry, we did that already. Before we get on, I'm still jet lagged, by the way. I'm still so jet lagged.
We can tell.
Oh me. Ooh, sorry. I think these microphones are getting a bit broken. Because they keep. No, I'm being serious. They keep getting a bit popping from when I'm just using a certain tone. So sorry about that. Hold on. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm tired. I'm really tired. I'm still really. I thought it would be over by now. It's only 9 o'clock at night in Japan, but the time change has just really confused me. 9 hours difference, I think, is the biggest difference that I've ever done with a time change. And I was quite toppy in the last couple of streams. Top heavy. Like I don't know what's happening there because nothing's changed. The levels are reaching as normal, but then every now and again, apparently sometimes, like if I aim directly into it, it starts to peak out. So I'm going to go and check a few things on that. Maybe I just need to turn down. I don't want to mess around with it now. You're absolutely right. Just get myself a limiter. How do you get platinum when I've been waiting 2 hours for a CQ match, still not got one? Deadheimer Block asks a question about getting a platinum trophy in Elite Dangerous when you can't get the CQC matches in order to get it. Deadheimer Block, and this isn't the live stream for it, but I will give you some help. What I will suggest is, if somebody can find this, there's a CQC Elite Dangerous Discord channel. Let me see if I can find it now. And there's a link to it here in the forum. Go on that. And we do CQC Thursdays as well. Not they do that, people do that. But go on there, and there's a CQC Discord channel that you can join. And people play it all the time. Not really, I don't usually do that, but you have a very direct question, so I wanted to help you out. Jet lag going from Japan to UK is tough versus going there. It was bad there when I was there anyway. I've only been back I got back on Monday, and I'm still a bit confused there. Yeah, join those Discord channels. Do them. All right, what were we doing? Oh yes, before we leave and go for the Bisquiz, we have to do one last thing with WNL that we always do, and that is what is on WNL's bookshelf today.
I'm cheating today. It's not actually a book. It's not actually a book. It's something I got for Christmas. Mm-hmm. It's called, it's a calendar. Everybody gets a calendar for Christmas. Yeah. And I've got one entitled Trumpisms.
Oh, excellent stuff.
And
so there's a different Trumpism every day. On
a daily basis, I sometimes it's a smile, sometimes it's a whole outright guffaw. Yeah. And there's some good ones in here, you know. He's on the presidency, he said, "This is more work than in my previous life. I thought it would be easier." And then he says, "I feel like a supermodel, except, like 10 times that." Okay? It's true. I'm a supermodel. That's what he says.
Very good. Excellent stuff. It's true.
The best one, of course, he says, "Some people are saying that I'm the best 140 character writer in the world." It's easy when it's fun, he says.
Excellent. Lovely. Fun times. All right, guys. It's 1:15. Let's all say goodbye to... let's do the cheat again to stop the sound. Down, right, up, left, down, right, up, square, square, triangle, triangle, circle, circle, x, x, square, 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 left, down, right, up, and left, down, right. Goodbye!
Okay.
Thank you so much. I'll call you on Saturday.
Sounds good.
He's gone. All right. Thank you so much to WNL, of course, as always. Wonderful quiz host. It's time to crank up the elevator music. Lovely elevator music. Go to the back screen because it's time for today's Biscuit Review. Back in just a minute to get a cup of Yorkshire tea. The only tea for me.
How much?
We were turned off for some reason.
Oh. Hi again. Double music, no sound.
I unmuted the wrong thing.
Oh.
Hi, here's Will.
Hi. I'm here.
Hello. So what I like to do on these things is it'll be a little bit more freeform and unprofessional.
Yeah.
And that's why that happened. This is Will. If you don't know who Will is the new community manager here at Frontier Development. He'll be doing a lot of these live streams and stuff. So I'm trying to get him thrown into the deep end as fast as possible. And what better way to throw someone into the deep end than to put them in front of a camera in a pub and say, let's do a biscuit review in front of a wall of biscuits!
Yes, biscuit
All right.
time.
So do you like biscuits?
I do like biscuits.
What's your favourite biscuit?
So I said bourbon the other day when on the quick fire round.
Which is an incorrect thing to say.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You can
It
say
is. Well, it is the wrong one.
What is the right one?
I like a milk chocolate digestive.
Very, very good. Very staple,
Yeah.
solid choice there.
Yeah.
So yeah, but baptism of anti-caking agent. Bo was all right, so he'll be fine. Yes. Hello, new person, says the buttons. New person's good person. Now I want biscuits. Yes, it's time for biscuits. All right. So what we'll do is we'll begin by shrinking us down in size. I want a soundtrack that does that. And then, well, I mean, so we've got our biscuits, which we'll go through in just a minute. We've got we've got the reviewers. We've got our mugs of Yorkshire tea for the dunk test, but there's one thing missing that I can't remember where it is. By the way, this this live stream is also like a kids' TV show as well, just so you're fully aware.
Great.
So I've got to go in here. Have you had a nice fourth and a half day?
Fourth and a half day, yeah, it's been good.
Fifth and a half day? No, fourth and a half. Fifth and a half will be Monday.
Yeah.
Monday lunchtime. So you'll come back, you'll keep coming next
Streaming
week.
every day for the last 3 days.
That's good, that.
Yeah,
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I have.
We'll let you do some talking soon, but we'll get to that later. This is my stream, just like the others.
All right, I'm just here for biscuits.
Just here for biscuits. I'm still looking for the thing that I was looking for. That's it. It's the official biscuit tasting spreadsheet. Bam! There it is. Oof. Along the top, we have the name, the appearance, the taste, the texture, the durability, the dunkability, the post-dunk taste, the satisfaction, the moorishness, and then a total.
Okay.
I'll run through each one in turn as we go. But as you can see, we have reviewed 165 biscuits because number one is locked to the name.
Yeah.
It's my terrible spreadsheet management. Shut up, watch. Which is causing me endless amounts of pain because every time I go, this is the 165th, 166 with these. So let's take some random numbers. Give me a random number between 166. Just go.
Between 166.
Between 166 and 166. Between 166 and 1. All the way round to infinity and backwards.
169.
Well, we don't know what that is yet because we haven't reviewed it. So no, between 1 and 166.
166.
Well, 166 is the Marinella Canalitas.
67, that's a trick question.
It is a trick question. That's not 165, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on, no, give me a random number. Give me a random number.
171.
No, but lower than 166.
152.
Very good. 152.
That was confusing.
That was very confusing, but I liked it. The Girl Scout cookies we did the truffles. They received a total of 44.8, but if you want to go a little higher, you've got Cadbury's Whisper biscuits up there in 39th place. We've got 37th place, the Oreo double stuff. But let's talk about their tops. Let's talk about the besties. The McVitie's Cafe Noir is not the top one. The Poppy Seed Mars Bar biscuits by Sarah, homemade stamp, which adds a little bit of, they're very, very good biscuits, but because they have that homemade quality to them. Mm-hmm. The Marabou Choco Moment was disqualified as a chocolate bar, so the top 10 is actually, it's difficult. It's difficult. But the white chocolate caramel cookies from Netherlands, Netherlands are very, very good. They're Dutch biscuits. Fortnum Mason Strawberry Afternoon Tea Biscuit is a fantastic one. It gets an Ed's Choice stamp, which is in bold and also Comic Sans italicized, although that one isn't. It doesn't matter. Jeff's Chocolate Butterscotch Chip Pecan Cookies are probably my favourite cookies in the world. They're absolutely amazing. Very good. And Fortnum Mason Scottish Heather Honey Hoties. They do very well. I remember doing those.
Fortnum Mason.
Yeah.
It's a good brand.
Lots of Fortnum and Mason in the top 10. Fox's Chocolate Milk Chocolate Rounds, though, a very simple biscuit. And what was yours, things that you said earlier?
Milk
chocolate digested. The thing is, there's lots of different
brands,
types of
isn't
milk
there?
chocolate. There's brands. Hotel Chocolat, milk chocolate, handmade shortbread. McVitie's digested thins milk chocolate are in place 30s too.
I think it's a McVitie's milk chocolate digestive.
I don't know if we've done the classic McVitie's one yet. Hobnob's Original, we're in at 48th place. Anyway, pardon, I didn't please. Chocolate is still in the top 10. Absolutely, the Honey Thief is a fantastic, fantastic biscuit. And also, David Braben came on the stream and reviewed the 100th biscuit with me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Great.
All right, 166.
That's right.
That's right.
That is right.
The biscuit today, you brought these
Yes.
all the way from Bulgaria for me.
Yeah.
So here's today's biscuits. What we've got here is, would you like to man the biscan? Are you ready? So just hold that face. So are you ready? I'm going to turn it on now. There it is. This is today's biscuit review. We have...
I don't know what they're called.
what are they called?
I don't know.
And you picked them up from Bulgaria?
Yeah, just...
Very, very good. Well, thank you so much for bringing these. We'll flip them around as well, because you can... What I like about this packaging, and there's no points for packaging in this game, unfortunately, but if there was, it'd do very well. I like the horse.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can either hold it that way
All that way.
or that way. You're not limited by the way that you...
That's right.
To hold them, you know? So that's good. Any Bulgarians in here? It's pronounced as it's spelt, Taparha.
Taparha.
Bulgarian rings, apparently.
Ah.
Bulgarian rings, Taparha.
Taparha.
I can't really write this because I don't have the symbols available on my keyboard.
Bulgarian rings.
So I just call them Taparha Bulgarian
Yeah.
rings or Nepek.
Commander Silmar, I think, like, that's written there.
Where's that? sorry?
Taparha. Just here.
Taparha.
Maybe like that.
Oh, let's just call them for now Taparha. Horse milk?
Hope not.
Bulgarian rings. Oh, somebody put it in there for me. No, that's not right. Is that right?
That doesn't look it. Maybe you can't use Cyrillic on Twitch. But that would be weird because Russian.
Who knows?
Don't know.
Also, stop knowing fancy words. Cyrillic.
That's the language.
I know. I know. I'm just being silly. Okay. All right. Well, let's begin. First of all, let's crack them open because there's no points for packaging. But would you like to do the honours or?
No, you go for it.
Like it. Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. How are you feeling about this so far? How are you
They
feeling?
look like dark chocolate. Don't know.
Are you a dark chocolate fan or are you more of a
I prefer milk chocolate.
milky? Old milky. Oh, they smell interesting. They smell like European biscuits, don't they? Prestige, it says on the side. And this is a Biscan moment.
Sorry.
Sorry. Biscuit.
This is how they've arrived.
Prestige. Prestige.
See that?
I think so. Sort of.
The light.
There you go. You got the biscuits there.
Yeah.
Let's get a couple of them held up for the camera. Why is it not focusing? I think focus is turned off. Autofocus. You can see that's how they look. They're all quite uniform in appearance. I won't hold more than one, but you can see that they are, well, you know, ring-shaped, hole in the middle, nice ridging along the top, creating for quite an appealing look, but, you know, kind of basic. What do you think? How do you feel about the...
It seemed a little light.
It seems a little light on appearance.
There isn't much on there, is there?
No, but I mean, so that's the way you feel by looking at it. So it does take into account. So out of 10, how do you feel about the appearance?
Well, it's very nicely sort of decorated round the grooves. I think I'll give that a 7.
7.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 7 too. I think it's not awful, but it's not amazing. So I think a 7 is good. Because arguably the most important part of the biscuit review is the taste.
Yeah.
So that's...
Is that pre or okay?
Well, post-on is later.
Posting,
Post-on taste is later.
Oh, post-on. Yeah. Oh yeah, there. It's there. It's right there.
Yeah. Commander Benka has a very important question. Can you wear the biscuit on your finger like a ring? I think it's too small.
Depends on the finger.
Wait, that's a Biscan moment. No, it's not. It's not. No. No.
I'll
No.
keep that one for later.
Okay. Meh. I don't like the biscuit.
It's not as bad as I thought it might be.
You thought they were going to be terrible?
I didn't think they were going to be great.
They're very of a taste. They taste the same as sort of the all of those sort of European biscuits of that type. They have a very. They don't taste buttery in particular. They taste sort of. I don't even know what the word is. I wish I knew what the word was to describe it.
It doesn't feel like a strong biscuit.
No, well, I mean that's all. we
It
can
falls
say, isn't it?
apart.
It falls,
It falls
well,
apart.
that's texture.
That
so
is texture.
Let's not get too excited. But taste, I'm not pleased. I'm not displeased, but I'm a 5.7 level. What do you think?
See, I think that's fair
Okay.
because it wasn't. It wasn't terrible.
Uh-huh.
I could eat another one. I will eat another one.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I will. I'm going to. Texture. How did you feel about the texture of it? Like you said, it was weak.
It fell apart. Yeah.
It did fall apart a bit.
Yeah.
And I wanted a bit more of a snap as I was putting it in, like a. Poof,
Yeah.
But it kind of just went crumble.
Yeah. And bits.
If I could make a sound, it would just go. Like that. That's the sound it made, was it? That's the texture.
Yeah.
A bit like that. So that's probably. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So for. Not awful.
Well, you've got you correct.
Thank you so much for the spelling, Ushiny. It's very kind. I'm going to put those in here. Wonderful. Thank you. Durability. So durability is one I have to explain. How many crumbs have you got on your legs? That's the question. But you also
One, but I've got loads
you've
here.
got loads there, and that was the initial bite caused not loads. That's not that bad.
That's
There's only one thing that we can do to demonstrate it effectively. You ready? And that is the Biscam. There's the level of crumbage. It's not too bad. There's a couple there, some here.
How many crumbs do you often see?
Well, that's
on
the same. It's going to
average?
say on average a little more than that. That's not a lot. I think we're going to go for. It's reasonable actually. It's actually quite reasonable for a biscuit.
Okay.
You know, think about biscuits.
Yeah.
You're often like, catching them in your hand. Well, I'm usually just like, I don't care. Throw it on the floor. Let the cleaners deal with it. Do you know who I am? That's what I say. That's not true. It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't do that.
At 6. That's fair, I guess.
No, it is.
You've seen more
I've
biscuit
seen more
crumbs
biscuit crumbs in my time than you have.
Yeah.
Well, probably about the same amount, but you've not rated 166 of them.
Yeah.
All right, dunkability. This is
Right, I'm
everyone's
going to take my
favourite,
second,
right?
my backup.
Okay, I'm going to grab the Biscam for this moment as well.
Do you want me to hold that?
No, it's okay. You should join. You should sort of hold it up to this camera here, so we have like a multi-angle situation going on. You ready? So you hold it in for 3. 1,
3,
2, 3. Then reveal to the camera, or I'll
Okay.
reveal to the camera. Then you do. If it's standing up well, we go for a double, and triple, and so on.
Okay, you'll have to talk me through that.
I will do.
As we go.
You ready? Okay. So here's the biscuit. Here's the biscuit. It's going into the tea. 1, 2, 3, and reveal. It's doing okay. It's doing okay. It's ready for a double. 1, 2, 3, and reveal.
Oh,
Is yours going?
no, it's fine.
Is yours okay?
Yeah.
It's doing very well. 1, 2, 3. Just hold it in there. You can just hold this. This is one of those. It's very. You could hold it in there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
They're basically.
It's not.
It's
the
not
chocolate
even-
is the problem because it starts to
It's
melt.
causing a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
And that loses at points. It does. But we'll call it there. And what we'll say. Well, quick, take a bite in your own time.
Maybe it's
In your own
better.
time.
I'm a bit surprised.
I'm very surprised. It held up very well.
Yeah.
It somehow even added more of a crunch to it. How did that happen? Did you hear it? You heard it.
I thought it would be soft.
Much better. A surprise.
And dunk has improved the taste.
Which can happen. It can happen. It has happened. What is my life? All right, dunkability. I mean, it's got to be a 9.
Yeah.
The reason
It's
why I
high.
would say 9.8, the reason why it loses 2 points is because the chocolate does melt and then it gets on the sides of the mug, it gets on your fingers a little bit. But it's still very high. So in fact, if anything, it's a little bit lower than that. It's like you know what, straight up 9.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
fair.
post-dunk taste, well, it's improved on the original taste, which was a 5.7. I think at least a full point.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say more than that.
No, I think that's a very fair assessment. Satisfaction. Throw science to the wind. I know that the rest of this has been very scientifically accurate, but
I could eat another one or another 2 and be happy.
That's Moorishness.
Oh,
Don't get
there's a lot of these.
don't get ahead of yourself, Will. That's all right.
Shouldn't that be the end of satisfaction? I don't want to mess with you. I don't want to mess with you.
That's
Spreadsheet.
not enough. You've come in here. You've been here 4 days, 4.5. You've been here 4.5ers. You've been here 4.5ers, and now you're taking over the scene.
I'm sorry.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Don't.
Let me take a sip of tea.
Take a sip of tea. Have a think about it. The reason I say that, don't think about, oh, you're excited because you're here. You're on the best stream on the internet. You know, I know that's.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it calm.
Exactly, trying to keep calm, but it's the best stream on the internet. And you're like, try and forget that and just go, how do I feel about this biscuit?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's a shock.
Yeah. I think this is a biscuit that deceives you. Firstly, on the packaging, I know there's no points for packaging, as you said.
There's no points for packaging.
But it looks like milk chocolate.
And it kind of
And then
tastes
it looks like dark chocolate, and I don't know what kind of chocolate that is. And I've been studying this. I've been studying this a little bit.
Well, we can have a little closer look if you like. If you don't mind having your fingers on stream. It's a weird thing to say.
I don't know if you can see there, but it looks very light on the chocolate.
It's very light on the
Look at
chocolate.
that.
Yeah, the lighting's not perfect in here, so you can't really see it. But yeah,
But you can almost see the
through
biscuit
it.
base.
You can see the biscuit through it. I need to get the autofocus on for next time, because you can actually get some good close-up focus with that camera. The biscuit lies. All right. Well, no, you know what? I'm gonna add a 1 to it.
Okay.
I think 3 is a bit harsh. So, but you said you would have a couple more.
I would have a couple more, but if I came to this biscuit on a plate,
You would go-
someone gave me a tray of biscuits and there was a selection.
This would happen. I'll show you what would happen. You'd go like this. You'd go. And then you'd move on to the next.
Yeah.
And then you'd move on to the next biscuit. There's a little mime there for
Yeah.
you.
That's good.
All right. Okay. All right. So 4.7.
They're small, aren't they? If you haven't got a lot of choice, they're small and you could have a few.
47.1 is the final score. Let's do the thing that drives the chat crazy and select all. It's taking longer and longer these days to do so. And then, I've done something. Oh, it saved it. And then, no, I've done it.
Oh, there it is. You can see it.
47.1 puts it in a 147th place, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause, please, for 147th place for the Traya Bulgarian rings. So thank you so much for being here this week.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. It's time for us to crank up the elevator music. Save this, close it down, and remind people that I do one of these shows. It's a quiz with my dad WNL, and then the biscuit review. I do it once a week on Fridays at this time. So do follow the channel and come back next week if you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, you're mad. But that's why you enjoyed it. That's why it's good. Back to the pub. All right. So as we say goodbye to the week, we also like to do this and say thank you to everybody who came along this week, to all of the streams that we've done. And we say thank you too, and then we go through it entirely in alphabetical order. Well, our moderators, first of all, thank you, Grief, for coming along and moderating. Andy Pipkin, Apton Ike A, Axel Rangers, Bowman, thank you, Bloss Dog, thank you, Big Fun Art, thank you, Black Sheep Kitty, Blind Speed, BOC Soma, Commander _ Benkai, Commander _ Shiny, Commander _ Parager, Commander _ Silmar, Commander Uri, Cobrian, and Kyberian, Cyclop 2, Darbles MA, DJ 128K, Dr. Marty, thank you, Estimus, thank you, Faguant, thank you, Fedball, thank you, 4 Lions 1, thank you, Frontier Developments, hello, thank you, Gondolf Lundgren, which is one of my favourites.
That's a good one.
Thank you, Highbite. Thank you, Haratli. Thank you, Jadian. Jack Little. Jad Murdoch Knight is a big one. 1986. Thank you, Justin D. Thank you, JSB 3213. Thank you, Kellerman. Thank you, Multi1. Thank you, Busto Barn. Thank you, MJ Capital Savant. Thank you, Naziat. Thank you, Nosutin. Thank you, Not Biffle. Other buttons. Plumola NL. Puppe. Is that right?
Three,
Puppe?
yeah.
Pup 3, yeah. Percat 259. 259 for the Percats. Shaneri Rhinale. Stephen Carey. Tango GV. The noise my stomach just made.
It was. It's the biscuit trying to
Tyomin. The Honey Thief. The Mr. Parrot. Tigerius what?
What now?
What now? Yeah, I like what now?
What now?
What now? Did you say what now? Unky Steve, Wackaday, Working J, and of course, last but not least, I spat my tea everywhere, put it in my moustache. XX Sick Boy, XX, the sickest of all the boys. Thank you, everybody. When did Ed get partner? I don't have partner. I am an affiliate for some reason. I'd love some emotes. Give me some emotes. Let's sort that out. Soon. All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here this week, and thank you, Will, for starting here. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Kampai. And we'll be back next week with some more stupid streams and stuff. Bye.
Bye.